show up? How long do I have to wait? I'm curious about those things, so I'm definitely going to go check it out.
Turn left.
As you mentioned with the mask policy, there's going to be some gyms that are going to be more strict than others.
For sure.
I go to a place.
Turn left, then turn left onto Golf Drive.
I screwed up. I'm almost done with the physical therapy rehab, and I get on a new step machine, which is like an elliptical where you're recumbent, basically, like the.
Turn left onto Golf
That's not
Drive.
considered a gym, but I have to wear a mask in there, and it's 15 minutes. I'm not going really, that hard, but half effort is, good level 5 or whatever. And after 15 minutes, every once in a while I'll try to take my mask off and just breathe a little bit.
Just
but
get a little
it's okay. You can
fresh air.
figure it out.
Yeah.
In 900 feet,
You can.
turn right onto Old
I
South
have tried to
Telegraph
do an
Road.
intense cardio workout, and I do struggle if I'm going to do really high intense cardio, so I'll just maybe do that at home and do the things I can't do at home at the gym.
At the
So
stop sign,
I'm excited
turn
to see
right
how it
onto
goes.
Old
Anyway,
South
we'll talk about
Telegraph
that
Road.
later.
Then
Here's
turn
your
right
news.
onto Orchard Lake Road.
Heck yeah, I'm going today. I have been waiting for this day for 6 months. Now, I know that I go to several different gyms, and I know one of the gyms that I belong to has been open this entire time, and I don't love what they're doing there. So I'm excited to see how other gyms are going to be handling things. Anyway, moving on.
At the light, turn right onto Orchard Lake Road.
Campus of Michigan State. Oh yes, 124 MSU students have tested positive for COVID-19 since August 30th. And officials say that almost all of the students who contracted the virus live off campus and do not appear to be linked to a particular event, but rather multiple large student gatherings, which would be considered parties, right? Of course. And MSU's president says the rising cases. Yeah, really? Right? What? The president says the rising cases is disappointing, but not unexpected. And of course, it's not unexpected, right? Come on now. He did say, however, that the spike in cases should serve as a wake-up call to our community about the importance of personal responsibility and following health guidelines. Also, we did learn that at Michigan, 4 more students tested positive over the past weekend, bringing the total to 35.
So 4 versus 124.
Well, and it's weird.
Well, the 4 were over.
It's weird,
The 4
though,
were
because
over a weekend.
Yeah, in Michigan, the dorms weren't closed. Michigan State they are.
Everything's a rivalry with Tom, you notice that?
Jeff's
I'm
always
gonna
doing
make a
that.
t-shirt, Tom. We beat him in COVID, too.
I mean, little brother just needs to learn that they can't party.
See, at Michigan, they don't party, right? They're too worried about school. Isn't that the old stereotype? No, but seriously, isn't this the issue? I don't mean to bring it back to, rip the Band-Aid off, but isn't this the issue with what they thought with college football? That once students do get on campus, or in Michigan State's case, not even on campus, off campus, and you get 120-some cases of COVID, how are you going to play football?
Well, there was a game that was canceled for this week, I think. Baylor, Louisiana Tech, I think, got postponed because of an outbreak, I think, at Louisiana Tech. I believe that's this.
So this next story is definitely open to interpretation, but I think this could be the best news we've heard of 2020 so far. Listen to this. After 14 years on air, Keeping Up with the Kardashians is coming to an end.
Oh, no.
The show is over. This is fabulous news. I'm not a fan of the Kardashians. I did used to watch that's done for 14 years. I definitely used to watch the very beginning. But man, all the spin-offs, and they've overloaded everything. I'm done with them. And they did share the news on Instagram. They said it's with a very heavy heart that they've made the very difficult decision as a family to say goodbye to the show. And they did also announce that the final season will air early next year. So there's still more to see.
Well, now, when it started, Kim had pretty much just ended her relationship with Reggie Bush, I believe. Bruce Jenner was no longer. We didn't know what Caitlyn was, but that was irrelevant.
Of course not.
And Kanye West was just a singer.
Exactly.
Right.
That's all
Jenner, by the way.
very true.
I did watch, Heather. I did watch. I saw, and I do mean I loved the Chris Humphrey years. I felt so bad. Kim treated him awful. He never stood a chance. Made me very
What was he
upset.
thinking?
Right? But I mean, I do
actually submitted a 257-page case to President Trump, hoping to be pardoned from his 22-year murder-for-hire sentence, claiming that he was sexually assaulted behind bars. So in his documents, he claims that he was sexually assaulted by jail staff. He claims he was beat up, and he claims he was tied to a chair to a point that his arm skin was coming off. And he goes on to tell the president that he wants to make him proud. He wants to make America proud and the world proud, and he's begging the president to be his hero. He goes on in all of these documents. He does say that he fears he's going to die in prison before his scheduled 2037 release. He also says that he actually never did try to kill Carol Baskin. He said that all those threats that he made against her were just exaggerated. He called them a hyperbole. And it goes on and on and on. So
Maybe,
about that if you're interested.
maybe Joe Exotic should actually be contacting Kim Kardashian, because Kim Kardashian goes to the White House and gets people out of jail that she doesn't get
It's
to
true.
in jail.
And now she's not filming a show.
That's right.
That's over. So she's got more free time.
No doubt.
So definitely he should write a letter to her too. Yes. Listen to this. The creator of Jelly Belly is giving away a candy factory. That's right, a candy factory, Willy Wonka style. So this guy, David Klein, he is the founder of Jelly Belly, and I guess he's getting ready to retire. So he created this very sweet contest. He says he went to all 50 states and he hid a special necklace in each state. And now if you want to be part of this treasure hunt, basically, you have to go online and register. It's $50 to register. You go to thegoldenticket.com, where you'll get clues then in a scavenger hunt. If you find the necklace in your state, you'll get $5,000. Plus, you'll be entered into the grand prize drawing, where you'll actually win a legitimate candy factory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
If-
synchronized.
you know, if
Wow.
you've- Yes, and he says that if you win the candy factory, you'll get to go to candy making lessons in a university setting, and then he's also going to give you his own tips of the business so that you can run it successfully.
Heather, I do have a question for you. So
Yes.
you just jarred my memory. This seems like something you're totally interested in, because you love the
It
scavenger.
is. I love candy, and I do love Jelly Bellies. However, I would do it for the hunt of the necklace and the $5,000. I don't think I'd really want to own a candy factory.
Fair enough.
I guess if I could sell it.
Or you could just
know,
have
profit from
somebody,
the sale.
find somebody who knows how to run it. You can just be the, chairwoman of the board.
That's
you know?
true. That's true.
I mean,
It does sound
you
like a
have a lot
little
of
bit
jobs
of more
already.
work than we want.
What's one more?
I do.
Exactly.
This is right up my alley. This definitely
Starting
is right
route
up
to
my alley.
9837
So,
Hugo.
How did the one scavenger hunt go?
1.7
You signed up for,
miles.
like,
Turn
Oh,
left onto
I'll tell you
Walnut.
all about it during the break. It was interesting. It was interesting, yes.
Lasted 2 clues, right?
Yeah, it lasted several days. The one that I participated in, which is cool. Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Heather. All right, coming
Starting
up
route
next,
to
it is football
9837
season.
Hubert
It's
Avenue.
time to unveil the season.
In half a
premiere
mile,
of
turn
The
left onto
Wide
Lone
Nine.
Pine Road.
97.1.
Hey everybody, Nick Costos here with a Bet River Sports Betting Minute brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook. Check out the latest lines at betrivers.com. We are one day away from the pro football season, and you can bet that I'll be betting on it all season long. Let's focus now on an NFC North matchup between Chicago and Detroit. Lions now hovering around a 3-point home favorite. Now, even after acquiring quarterback Nick Foles this offseason, the Super Bowl 52 MVP, Chicago has turned back to Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback, who of course was selected ahead of both Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson in the 2017 NFL Draft. Now, despite the fact that Trubisky could be considered a bust, I kind of see value in the Bears at this current number, given the fact that Trubisky has a lot of success against Detroit in his past 9 touchdowns against only 1 interception. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook. Check out the latest lines at betrivers.com. I'm Nick Costos.
At the light,
Here for
turn
more.
left onto Lone Pine Road.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game at a time. The type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs and overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
September is National Bourbon Month. Celebrate with Twin Peaks all month long.
In
We have
3.8
plenty of
miles,
unique
turn
offerings
left
to
onto West
satisfy
Maple Road.
every palate. Grab one straight over an always clear ice ball or mixed into an old fashioned. Cheers.
I ran into Rona I can't run out with the guys.
Because Rona was at that party, I can't visit my mom.
I ran into Rona there, and now my bae said bye. Stop running around. Run the other way. Stay away from Rona. Here's how at ronaforreal.com.
The motto for world-class competition has always been faster, higher, stronger. It's the same for Navien, makers of condensing tankless water heaters. Faster to install and set up. Higher performance and efficiency to provide endless hot water. Stronger with the industry's strongest warranty. All because of the copper-free stainless steel heat exchanger built in every unit. Learn about Navient's condensing tankless water heaters and find a Navient contractor at tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
Indeed knows a lot of small businesses took a hit recently and are busy trying to figure out plans for the future. So if you're hiring, it means finding the right people is more critical than ever before. Indeed will help you find the quality candidates you need while only paying for what you need. Claim your $75 credit to get more quality candidates fast when you post your first job at Indeed.com/high-impact. That's Indeed.com/high-impact. Terms and conditions apply.
Wendy's famous 4 for $4 is heating up with the new spicy crispy chicken sandwich. The queen of spice is delivering that spicy chicken you love with lettuce and mayo between two deliciously soft buns. And yes, in classic 4 for $4 fashion, you can get all that spicy goodness with spicy or crispy nuggets, fries, and a drink to cool off, all for just $4. Is it getting hot in here? Or did Wendy's just deliver the hottest deal in fast food? We got you.
Offer includes 4-piece nuggets, junior fry, value drink. Price of participation may vary.
This is a special end-of-summer announcement from Dell. At our Labor Day sale, small businesses can save up to 50% on select business computers with Intel Core processors. We're committed to taking your business to the next level. Give our small business technology advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business with Labor Day savings. Visit Dell.com/business deals or call us at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
The 2020 National Football League season kicks off Thursday night. Kansas City hosting Houston. And that means it's time for the 2020 debut of the Wide Nine. The man who puts it all together, the architect of the Wide Nine, is the governor, Tom Milliken.
Aren't you excited?
I'm very excited.
I'm pumped up. And
Yes.
I know some people have been lacking. It seems like I heard Mike and Rico talk about that yesterday. And they said because there's just been no preseason or anything. I am so excited just to watch football.
I can't wait.
Got my fantasy lineups all set. I can't wait to see it. So let's start off with Matt Patricia. He's been mentioned as the #1 head coach on the hot seat. Do you agree? And if Patricia is #1 on the hot seat, then shouldn't Bob Quinn be #1 on the hot seat for GMs?
I don't think Patricia's #1 on the hot seat. I think Doug Marone's probably #1 as well, but that team's trying to tank.
Well, they have an excuse. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I mean, to me, it's...
But hot seat, yeah. And, other guys, Adam Gase, even though this is only his second year, Dan Quinn, I think, is going to feel some heat. But, yeah, Patricia is definitely on the hot seat. And, yes, Bob Quinn should definitely be on the hot seat as well because it's the roster, and we might get into that a little later in the Wide Nine. That is the reason, one of the reasons, not the only reason, that Matt Patricia has the record he has and is why he is on that hot seat.
Oh, God, yes. Yes, he should be on the hot seat. He is #1 on the hot seat. He has 9.5 wins, 2 seasons. He alienated all his players. He's made some questionable decisions, but most importantly, don't let him off the hook, Stoney. He's supposed to be a defensive genius, a rocket scientist, and that defense is one of the worst I've ever seen in the history of my life, which is 44 years. Get him out of here. I've already decided he's not good enough. And yes, of course, Bob Quinn, see you bye. You've been pathetic. Thank you.
The only excuse maybe for Quinn, and this is hard to argue, but they were way worse with Patricia as a head coach than they were with Caldwell.
Right.
Now he fired Caldwell, but he didn't give Caldwell a chance when people thought that maybe he should have done it at the beginning. But speaking of Quinn, if you could redo one decision that Quinn has made, what would it be and why?
This one is so easy, and I'll make it real short for you. Tua. You missed on Tua. Nothing with Akuda, but you missed on Tua. By the way, did you see that Akuda probably won't even start?
Yeah, well, guess what? Who else isn't starting? Tua. And he's allegedly, he's completely healthy.
But you knew he wasn't going to start.
If he is really healthy, he should be starting.
Especially with a team that's going nowhere. You're right. But you know what? That's looking more towards the future. I'm going to go outside the box here. And let's go back to 2017, the draft. Instead of taking Jared Davis, they should have taken Tre'Davious White. He was a great player for the Buffalo Bills. He went later in the first round. And the reason I say that, look, every team misses picks. But you wouldn't have had to take Tease Tabor in the second round. You could have taken Kamara or Kareem Hunt in the second round. And if you want to even go further into that draft, Galladay was really good. But you know, the whole Michael Roberts in the fourth round and George Kittle was taken the second pick of the fourth round.
And that's mine. I mean, because this is a redo, so yeah, it's so hard. You hit and miss on drafts. Every single GM, if you went back and looked, you could find guys they should have taken instead of who they took. But this is a redo, and it's taking Kittle, because then you're not looking to trade for Gron. Then you're not taking Hawkinson. But I like what you said, Stoney, about the cascading effect of that draft by taking Davis to begin with. Had they just done things differently, and the amount of talent they could have got instead.
You know who was taken right before George Kittle? Not by the Lions, but right before him?
No.
Jake Butt.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Coming off an injury, too.
This shows you how many GMs and they, misevaluate. It's just tight ends that are similar, It's crazy, man. All right, so Matthew Stafford is getting a lot of love leading up to this season. Do you think Stafford will be viewed as a top 10 quarterback in the league after this season?
I'm going to be positive here. I think Matthew Stafford is going to have a really good year. I don't know how many wins it's going to lead. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Probably not. But I do think he's going to have a really good year like he had last year before he got hurt. So, yes, I think he'll end up being not a top tier, top 5 or anything like that. But, behind the obvious, Mahomes, Jackson, even Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Deshaun Watson, I think, I think Matthew Stafford will be in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I know that shocks you guys. With so much love and hype about Matthew Stafford, it should make everybody worry and wonder a little
Starting
bit if he's really going to be able to live up to the expectations.
In 1 mile,
but the question
turn
was,
left onto West
is
14
top
Mile
10
Road.
after this season? The answer is no. Mahomes, Jackson, Watson, Wentz, Rodgers, Wilson, Prescott, Jimmy G, Murray, Brady. No.
I think Murray and Wentz are questionable there.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah, so Stafford.
Wentz always gets hurt, unfortunately, as I know.
All right, as you mentioned, the season kicks off tomorrow night. You get the Chiefs hosting the Texans. What two teams do you think will play in Super Bowl 55, and who will win it all?
You know what, Tom, I hate this question because I don't want to look forward to the Super Bowl because I'm so excited that football is here. I just want to take in every game and every moment. And tomorrow is going to be amazing. But you asked, so I'll give it to you. Chiefs for the AFC. I just can't see anybody beating them. Mahomes all world. That defense got better as the season went on. For the AFC, I'll go the Cowboys. The offense, phenomenal last season. Dak, of course, on a 1 year, 2 years potentially franchise deal. And that offensive line is healthy and amazing. So I think maybe the boys get back to the big game.
I was thinking about them because I think I picked them last year. I will agree with you. I think the Chiefs go back.
Then turn
but
right
I'm going
onto
to
Inkster Road.
go out on the limb here and stay in the NFC North. With their pass rush, with Agankwe, with Hunter, the Minnesota frickin' Vikings. Ooh. A rematch of Super Bowl 4. Vikings, Chiefs, and the same result, only without Hank Stram. The Chiefs will repeat as Super Bowl champs. And part of the reason you mentioned early in this, or early in the program, the injuries to other people in the AFC West, with Derwin James and now Von Miller, the Chiefs' road to the playoffs getting a little easy.
It's so easy to pick the Chiefs, and teams usually don't get back, man. Even the champs. Now, there's always the hangover with the runner-up, but even the champs usually don't get back.
This is a weird season because
I'm going way out on a limb here. Number one, I'll go NFC Seattle. I don't think that's too much of a limb, but I think they're great value at 20-1. And let's do a rematch of Super Bowl 40. Seattle and Pittsburgh. Big Ben completely comes back. They got a good defense, a division that's gettable.
Yeah.
Give me the Steelers out of absolutely nowhere. he solidifies everything as a Hall of Fame career and one of the better quarterbacks of this generation.
Part of the reason I like the Chiefs is because of the familiarity that they have on the team, and with this weird offseason, I think that helps them a lot.
Yep.
I like the Chiefs because of their quarterback. I just wanted to put that out there.
All right, we got to move on here now. Aaron Rodgers had a down season last year. The Packers drafted his heir apparent in Jordan Love. Everything seems so negative surrounding Rodgers. Do you think people have written off Rodgers prematurely?
Yes. As a coach once said, the pride comes before the fall. I think he will bounce back. He's a prideful individual. Aaron Rodgers will have a really good year.
Totally with Stoney, 24 touchdowns, just 4 picks last year, and people want to say, well, we checked down too much. They still went 13-3, one game away from the Super Bowl. Don't write them off yet, not to mention, in 2016, 7 picks in the first 9 games. I wrote them off, and they won the division. So, yes, I would agree. Way too soon.
All right, you mentioned your love for the Cowboys, and they're playing the franchise tag game with Dak Prescott. Do you think that's the right decision, and do you think Dak Prescott can win a Super Bowl?
No, it's the wrong decision because what just happened, Deshaun Watson signed a 4-year, $160 million extension, meaning the price tag just went up for Dak. Jerry Jones probably doesn't care about my thoughts or money, but I think they could have signed him, work out a deal, and you would have got him cheaper. As far as winning a Super Bowl, new coach in McCarthy, great offensive line. Dak just continues to get better year after year. Yes, I think he can win a Super Bowl. Could be as soon as this year.
I agree with half of what you said. I think it was the right decision because they obviously aren't completely 100% sold on him being their franchise quarterback. So they franchise him this year, and if he has a great year, they try to sign him long term. It might cost them more money, or they have to do the Kirk Cousins things and do 2 franchise tags on him. And yes, the reason you would do that is because they are good enough. He can lead them to a Super Bowl.
Everybody thinks that Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes will win the NFL MVP. Give me a dark horse candidate.
Now, usually you go with quarterbacks, especially, when you see who I'm going to pick as my dark horse candidate. He's not a dark horse player, but I just love him, even though he's a Buckeye. Michael Thomas, MVP.
Yeah, for me, it's Matt Stafford. Haven't you heard? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Baker Mayfield, new coach, ton of play action, good line jump, Beckham, Cooper, Hunt. I go Baker, not to mention, as you've seen, he lives at the stadium. He mows the grass. I don't know if you've seen that, those commercials or not, but yeah.
All right, everybody besides Rico Beard has been having their fantasy football drafts over the past couple of weeks. Who will be the fantasy MVP this year? And give me your best sleeper pick.
Fantasy MVP is easy. It's Patrick Mahomes. Sleeper pick is J.K. Dobbins. He's going to have a role in that backfield. And if anything happens to Ingram, he's going to win some people a league.
Fantasy MVP, especially in a PPR, I'm going to go with Ezekiel Elliott. I think he's going to have an unbelievable season this year. And as far as the sleeper pick, Phillip Rivers is going to be sneaky good. And one of the reasons is because of a receiver who should be taken late probably. Paris Campbell is my sleeper pick as far as fantasy football.
Nice, I like that, Stoney.
Ebron's gone.
Starting from tonight at 8:37 Hubert Avenue.
All right, finally, a little college football.
In
The Big Ten
5.6
delays their
miles,
season until
take exit
Thanksgiving, as
14C
reported.
onto
Do you think the
M39
other
and South
conferences should
Freeway.
wait to have the playoff? And should the Heisman Trophy vote be delayed?
Hell no, they're going to say, F you Big Ten, F you Pac-12, Heisman Trophy. No, not delayed. If somebody wants to vote for a guy who's played 2 games, so be it. But no. Big Ten, you made your bed, now sleep in it.
I mean, I want teams and conferences to be understanding, so in a perfect world, yes. But unfortunately, I'm with Stoney. You think the SEC is going to say, yeah, Buckeyes, we'll wait on you boys. Or just send the Buckeyes straight to the playoff, too. But nah, you can't do either.
All right, that is the debut of the Y9 for 2020. 97 won the ticket.
All right, tomorrow night, the pro football season is finally here. We got Kansas City taking on Houston. Kansas City looking to go back-to-back. And if you think they're going to go back-to-back, you need to get down to the BetMGM Sports Lounge inside MGM Grand Detroit. They're ready to take your real money wagers on all the action. Stop by anytime and place your bets at a live betting window, or you can do what I did and go to one of the easy-to-use self-service kiosks. The BetMGM Sports Lounge welcomes fans back to the excitement of a full betting menu 7 days a week. Whether you live live and breathe sports, or you're just looking to place a wager on your favorite team, the BetMGM Sports Lounge at MGM Grand Detroit is ready to take your single game bets, along with parlays, props, future bets, and much more. If you want to get a future bet in on your favorite team, you better get down there right now because we got just 36 hours until kickoff. There's no better place in Michigan to celebrate the return of major sports. Stop by the betting window or the self-service kiosk anytime to get a piece of the action. Get ready to believe in your game again at the BetMGM Sports Lounge inside MGM Grand Detroit. Must be 21 or older.
87 Hollywood tickets. Traffic.
WWJAM50 traffic center is reporting to Washington Community Schools. Any pop-up has popped up 75 south on Sasha Valley. An accident is blocking the Buckland and shoulder. Be prepared for some slower traffic as you move through the area. Clintondale Community Schools is offering your family a choice this fall. It's the baseball virtual learning, and all starts with you staying at Clintondale. And number one priority is providing you with the tools to create your own entrepreneur.
Tigers compared Jason Huntley to.
I saw that article.
Yeah.
Great.
They're very excited. Really.
Could you imagine the perfect SOL one?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Huntley going off for 102 schools and Trubisky going off for 403 schools.
Yeah, and Peterson.
And 400. Then maybe 300.
And Peterson gave it. That would be the SOL. No, we hope that does not happen. Coming up later in the program, like you said, Ron Gardner.
Lane closure ahead in 3/4 of a mile. The right lane is closed. You're still on the fastest
route. Our number series continues with number 30. That comes up at 7:35, and we have a controversial twist with that number 30. Is he really number 31 or not? There's another number that's as well. We'll get to that at 7:35. Tito with an update.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike C Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
This update is brought to you by Genesis Credit Union. It's another day of work on this Wednesday for Lions players and coaches as the build-up continues towards that regular season opener on Sunday at Ford Field against the Chicago Bears. Vegas odds makers still have Detroit on the board currently as a 1.5-point favorite for that contest. The Tigers win for just the second time in their last 7 games as they blast the Milwaukee Brewers 8-3 last night at Comerica Park. Pretty good night for first baseman Jeimer Candelario. He would knock in 4 runs to lead the Tigers' offensive attack. Dan Patrick, during his NBC Sports show earlier this week, throwing some proverbial cold water on talk that the Big Ten might actually try to start its college football season in October. He talked recently to one of his sources.
This is what I was told yesterday. Maryland, no. Rutgers, no. Northwestern, Illinois, no. And probably not Michigan and Michigan State. So therefore, you're not having football in the Big Ten.
Patrick says that university presidents, on the advice of medical experts, will look to push the start of the college football season into late November at the earliest, and might even call for the games to not be played until the spring. The Stanley Cup playoffs last night, Vegas evens up the Western Conference Finals at a game each after they shut out Dallas 3-0. In the NBA playoffs, Miami eliminates Milwaukee with a 103-94 victory. The Lakers would beat Houston 112-102. LA now with a 2-1 lead in that second round series. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Thank you, Tony Ortiz. The telephone number is 248-539-9797. That's also the ticket text number. Don't forget, go to radio.com. Any segment you missed on the program, you can rewind function there and listen to any of our shows anytime from any place. And actually, you can use it with your Alexa and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Alexa, 97.1 The Ticket. Boom. So, right there. Right there is the show. And today is the day that people like Heather Parker get salivating for months and months and months as Michigan's finally lifted the American cheating bench.
possibility that this thing could get out of control again. I don't think it will. I think we're at a kind of an even pace here where the cases are still, maybe skyrocketing, but the deaths aren't. And it doesn't seem like there's a strain on the medical system. And I think we're going to stay in this until we get a vaccine. But right now, I'm not going. I guess the deal breaker for me is, I'm all cardio most of the time. I'll do a little weights, but I was doing 8-minute miles for years.
Right.
And doing it outside, I can barely do 10. It's just not, I'm getting too old when my knees bother me on the pavement, but so that says, well, why don't you go to the gym and get on the treadmill? But the mask thing, going at such a high rate, I can't do it. I don't feel like having a mask on me that's so wet. I'm bald,
Right.
so
And you
so
sweat
it's
a lot.
gonna run, and I'm a sweater.
Yes,
I
you
am
are.
a sweater, man. I am drenched when I'm done.
248-539-9797. Now we know a lot of gyms open early. A lot of people go to the gyms before they go to work. I'm curious if anybody went already this morning on your way to work or wherever. And what was the scene like? Were the people lined up outside, Planet Fitness or any of the other places? People like Heather just dying. Like, if you weren't working right now, like, when we're done.
I'd be in bed.
Okay. But like at 10 o'clock when we're done, are you going to like go right to your gym or just hopefully you won't have to wait around?
No. I'm not a morning workout person. I just don't feel like I have enough energy. I also would like to eat a big breakfast, and I can't work out right after I eat, and I can't work out before I eat. So I work out more in the evenings typically. So I'm going to wait a little while. I also I have physical training today as well, so I'll be there. I'll see how it's at a gym, so I'll see how it looks there at that gym, and then probably go afterward. I don't even think I'll work out. I think I just want to go check them out, see how they're handling things, kind of like get a sneak peek inside.
I used to do that, Heather. I used to go to gyms all the time just to check it out. Never worked out.
Well, no, I just want to make sure. I just want to go because I belong to several gyms. I want to just go and see how they're all handling things. That's all.
Now our membership was just extended for the amount of time that we had this, so it's basically almost 6 months. So our membership would have been due in late October. It's not going to be due until almost April.
Right.
And it just goes to show you the economic impact on these places. And then our gym has a basketball court and a pool where they let people that don't have memberships come and use those things, and they get $5 or what? They get $5 a person, on the weekends. And the compounding effect of what we had 30 weekends or so since this has happened. My goodness, I don't know how some of these businesses are surviving.
Well, I know there are a lot of places like the NRB and it means the JCC, the Jewish Community Center. They have tons
Stay in the second lane from right.
You register just like any other league, and that's a lot of income that they
Tom,
completely fulfill.
Your gym, I gotta believe, the pool and the courts are still closed, right? Or are they open?
I don't know about the pool. I think the pool might be open, actually.
Socially, limited capacity.
But here's the problem with that.
Open now too.
Yeah, the only thing with that is like, to me, I would think it shows you that I haven't even considered going because I haven't looked into the details.
Right.
But to use the locker room, you have to use the locker room if you're using the pool.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to, but you have to.
You want
At
to
the light,
shower.
turn right onto 4th
You
Street.
want to change, you want to get your wet trunks off.
Yes, or even before
Or
you
your
go
wet
out.
Speedo.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, Stoney's, yes. It's pink speedo.
In 7.3
But
miles, turn
basketball,
right
the
onto
last
Harrison
I heard when they
Avenue.
were going to try to open late June is they weren't going to allow that.
I got a buddy who owns 2 gyms. He's elated today because he can open up the gyms.
Oh, I'm sure he
And
is.
yes, it's been, he's gone through being tugged in so many different directions and grant money, and he believes that the governor was kind of waiting way too long.
Right.
But yes, it's a small studio. It's going to be about 25% capacity. So I wonder how many members he's going to be able to have, and they have to wear masks. And I gotta believe if somebody takes it off, even though it's pretty high intensity, they're going to say you gotta leave. So I don't know how it's going to work. The other thing too is, as many people are as excited to come back, because there are, he's also lost a lot of members, he was telling me. Because people just, like Tom, just are not ready at this juncture, and it's indoors, and it's not the biggest of rooms, and that is prime COVID catching atmosphere.
Well, like like I said, well, there are a lot of people like Heather who can't wait for the gyms to open. Well, there are people who you couldn't pay them to go into the gym. That's just the way they feel, and that's okay.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing with this too is to keep an eye on is there going to be a spike in gym injuries because, like I said, I was doing 8-minute miles, but I was also at the end of that, so I would run 2 to 3 miles depending on the day. Usually the weekend I would do the 3. Weekdays just too tired to do 2, but after I would do the running, I would walk at the steepest incline for a mile, and usually it was like 4 miles per hour,
right.
Very vigorous. I can't do that right now. I would get shin splints or stress fractures.
Get it back, Tommy.
Well, yeah, but no, you gotta ease in,
right?
Because I got shin splints when I started doing this several years ago, and then I had a sciatic nerve act. Oh, it was awful. So people don't try to do what you were doing in March.
Well, I'm just curious, Tom. When you say 8-minute miles, are you talking like 8 or like 8:30, 8:45? 8.
Yes.
Damn, I can't do that.
Like 5 years ago, I did a 5K in like 22 and a half.
Look at you. In high school, I couldn't do that.
Tom's an athlete.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
That was the biggest lie ever.
Well, you played competitive hockey. I mean, you're an athlete. Come on, I've seen you play basketball.
I could hold my own in recreational stuff, but I was not a stud.
All right,
52, 53, 8 minutes is really good.
7:35 coming up. Who's the greatest number 30 in Detroit? Sports Card and Hire. Ron is his first name. He'll join us at 8:02. Coming up next, Heather has news.
Well, for the first time since the Great Depression, the U.S. is seeing a spike in this.
Wow.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Flame Heating and Cooling. Crews are on the scene of a crash on 75 southbound after Sashaval. It's blocking the left side with the backup now from Clarkston Road. Also, traffic volumes are beginning to build in the work zone, I-75 southbound at 696. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
If it matters on game day, it's on Game Day Uncensored. Sundays this fall on 97.1 The Ticket. Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and NMLS number 3030.
Your home. It's more than a mortgage payment. It's where your child took their first steps and had their first sleepover. FSM protects your home from the ground up, offering basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, gutters, and even standby generators. Every year, thousands of homeowners trust us because we're changing what a home contractor looks like, giving you peace of mind, protecting you, your family, and your home.
If it sounds like there's 1,000 bees in your air conditioning building a nest, don't hesitate. Call the experts at Flame. That's Flame Heating and Cooling. Go online now to flamefurnace.com or call 888-234-2340. That's 888-234-2340.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. When I got into this business, I used to make flavored vodka infusions for my friends as gifts. When I started to make a go of it, the owner of the local liquor store showed me the dust on some flavored vodka bottles that sat on the shelves. He said, you can make a straight vodka so smooth that you can drink it just by itself, then you'd really have something. So I did. And now all these years later, we still only make one flavor, vodka, flavored vodka. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Former Vice President Joe Biden.
We have to let people know we're listening, that we not only understand their struggle, but they understand the fact they deserve to be treated with dignity.
Senator Kamala Harris.
Part of the point of freedom is to be free from brutality, from injustice, from racism, and all of its manifestations.
But they're not getting a chance now.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have a real plan for police reform.
It means creating a national standard on use of force and conditioning federal funds for police departments on adoption of that standard. It's about giving the United States Department of Justice the
While the current situation has halted many things in your life, achieving that goal does not have to be one of them. The real estate market here in Metro Detroit is on fire. If you're looking to get your home sold, call me, Mark C, today and start packing.
Most people know that Mr. Clean Magic Eraser removes crayon and scuff marks from walls. But did you know it even cleans tough kitchen and bathroom messes that are sometimes tough to tackle? Just wet, squeeze, and erase gray soap scum on your bathtub. Erase cloudy hard water spots in your shower. Erase burnt-on stovetop messes. So for all your tough kitchen and bathroom messes, try Mr. Clean Magic Eraser.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference, like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So are you the type of guy that wants to look put together but doesn't want to spend hours shopping? I hear you. This is why there's Stitch Fix, your personal styling service that delivers hand-picked clothes right to you. Stitch Fix is simple and convenient. Sign up in just a few minutes. Try new styles in the comfort of your own home. And there's no subscription required ever. So, isn't it time to refresh your look? Get started today at StitchFix.com. Stitch Fix, personal styling for everybody.
From muscle pain, body aches, to strains, Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis. It works fast and you won't stink. Its unique formula with emu oil penetrates deep to relieve arthritis pain, sore muscles, joints, and more.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas across the street?
Turn right onto Harrison Avenue.
And questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Michigan, I need your trade-in, and I need it today. I'll give you up to 125% of the Kelly Blue Book fair market value for any trade-in. Come see me, Rich.
And me, Tanya.
Today.
At the all-new Londuland Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on M53 in beautiful Imlay City, Michigan.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
Tigers win last night. They're just a game out of the wild card. They beat Milwaukee by the score of 8-3. They played this afternoon at Comerica Park. Ryan Gardenhire will join us at 8:02. Kristen Stewart got sent down. Gardy said people will be excited when the game is coming up, so we assume it. Riley Green, hopefully he'll tell us coming up in about 40 minutes. NBA Lakers beat the Rockets. They lead that series 2-1. Miami eliminated Milwaukee. Vegas shut out Dallas 3-0. That series tied at 1. Von Miller has a tendon injury in his ankle, probably out for the season. Billy Donovan now is the coach of the Oklahoma City Thunder. We got some, before we go to Heather, got some reaction to the gym story. I got a tweet here from Lance who says, "Re the gym. I feel safer here than literally any trip to a store I've made in the last 6 months. Every person is wearing a mask from nose to chin, no exposed noses, no chin masks, everyone keeping their distance, everyone wiping down weights and machines."
Cool. I wonder where he was.
Here's a couple ticket texts that kind of say a different thing. Gym is open, masks are optional.
In
There's
half a
another one.
mile,
Went to a Planet
turn
Fitness
left
in
onto
Smyrna
Ashby
for
Street.
kept every other machine was open, felt very at ease with the cleaning they were doing. That's Corey in a car.
Cool.
If I go to a gym and see a line of people, I'm going to pass on that. And then one more for you. Headed to the gym tomorrow morning. So excited. Side note, I gained 25 pounds over the last 5 months. Talk about a COVID-15. That's
Well, a lot of people did put on weight during this time. I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, we, especially in the beginning, just kind of sitting, we're all hunkered down at home, eating junk food, a little nervous, kind of scared.
Watching
not Netflix. A lot, yeah.
Right,
yeah, exactly.
The weather wasn't great to go outside very much.
I worked out yesterday in my garage. It was freezing yesterday.
Oh, I know.
I had my regular tank top. I put on a hoodie, and then I put on a fleece because it was so cold. It was raining.
It's funny.
Turn left onto Ashby Street.
Yesterday I had
then the destination is on your right.
And shorts. walked into my house and my wife goes, "What do you think, it's summer still?" Because it was cold yesterday.
Yeah,
In 450 feet, the destination is on your right.
It was pretty cold.
2300 Ashby Street.
I had a little hoodie on and shorts. It was phenomenal. It was like 65
The destination is on your right.
That's because you played well. If you
2300
played like
Ashby
crap,
Street.
you would just say that. Congratulations on your best round ever in '87. I'll give you your.
Arrived.
Thanks.
Go ahead,
That's
Heather.
all I really wanted.
All right, so
Going to bed. Good night.
Ford Motor Company is offering incentives to employees in an attempt to shed 1,400 jobs by the end of this year. So the Ford Voluntary Incentive Program opened on Tuesday, which gives workers 45 days to decide whether they'll accept basically an early retirement. And the program provides a lump sum cash severance package to eligible employees. So there's all different packages depending on how long you have been with the company. And they say if offers aren't accepted, they'll have to use involuntary separation.
Wait,
Yes.
voluntary separation.
Yes,
You're
you like that term.
fired.
You're fired.
What's behind this?
In just over a week, more than 120 Michigan State students have tested positive for COVID-19. MSU officials don't believe the cases are linked to one particular event, but rather multiple large student gatherings off campus. So the school's president is, of course, encouraging students to avoid those large gatherings, avoid parties, which is what they basically are, encourage them to wear masks, practice social distancing, and wash their hands frequently. The university says they are conducting contact tracing on all 124 students, and they will all self-isolate as well. Meanwhile, at the University of Michigan, a total of 35 students have tested positive.
Yeah, they don't say in any of these stories that whether these kids are symptomatic or not.
Yes, they say all of the students were symptomatic.
Oh, okay.
They